haven't filmed this in 2 weeks. I know that you probably see me for the first time, but believe it or not, this is the 5th part of new Asian makeup releases. Yeah, I haven't filmed in 2 weeks because I have exams right now. One of them I took already, it was corporate finance. The next one is mathematics, which is much harder. But today we have so many releases, an overwhelming amount of releases, I have to say. But that is because we're approaching autumn. Actually, this week is the last week of summer. So yeah, because we're approaching autumn, the fall season, we're going to have a lot of fall releases, and that's why I have done my best to collect as much as I can in one video, but this video is going to be long. Make yourself something to drink and be patient. Before we are starting, I just want to let you know that these kind of videos take a lot of time to prepare, to find and monitor and translate all of the Korean brands, Instagram posts and websites, to combine all of this together, to gather all of the pictures and videos, to film this and to edit. I will really appreciate your support. Give the video a like, write a comment which release you like the most. Don't be afraid to criticize releases. Share what you like and what you don't like. I really enjoy reading your comments, and let's get started. Again, you can navigate through the video using timestamps. Today we're speaking only about Korean releases because there's so many that I just don't have time and space in this video to include Chinese releases. Nothing is changing. I'm drinking coffee in the evening because I woke up at 5 and I'm just not surviving this day. So let me actually scooch to the side because it's going to be easier to edit. ETUDE released their duo blushes as a part of a special event for Moomin's shop. Not sure how you pronounce it. So I believe that you cannot buy them anywhere else except for that shop. But these blushes remind me a lot of the single blushes they released last year, which were like single blushes in a heart shape. I don't remember their names. These look exactly the same, it's just that the pan is duo. We have a warm one, a cold one, and a highlighter. Another thing ETUDE has released is color lasting glow stick, which is a lipstick. I feel like it's going to be soft and caring and moisturizing, and these days I'm really into this kind of lipsticks. The only color that I like from these ones is the last one, the darkest one, the berry one. I love this kind of colors. I love cold colors. I really don't wear warm colors. It doesn't look like something very original, I believe, unless it's a really good formula or you really like one of these colors. Too Cool for School released 2 new colors to their Frottage Palette. One is Whipping Berry, another one is Milk S'more. Yeah, looking extremely boring. Too Cool for School have really nice matte formulas. I'm not sure about shimmers, but their mattes are really nice. But if you have some romance palettes already, like the garden ones, that collection, I believe that you don't need another neutral Korean palette. But the matte formulas are typically really nice in Too Cool for School. It's almost like something in the middle between being powder and cream product. And they have 2 new shades to their Frottage Pencil, which is like looking like a crayon. This is the pencil you can highlight your Eyecore with. We will have only 2 skincare products in this video because we have an overwhelming amount of makeup. We don't have time for skincare, even though skincare should go first. So MISSHA has released a new retinol line, and I'm so confused. I'm wondering how people are using retinol without knowing the percentage of retinol inside the product. All the retinols that I ever used, I know the exact percentage that was inside. I started with 0.03% of retinol, and I went to 0.15%, and now I'm on 0.3% retinol, and I'm increasing gradually. That's because I want to know the exact percentage of retinol I'm getting. If I don't know, then I have no idea if I'm using too little. Like, for example, if I'm on 0.3 now and there's a product I'm buying and it's 0.02, then I will probably not get any benefits from this formula. Most of the time, the products that have retinol and they are not specifying how much retinol is inside, it typically means that there's like 0.01, 0.002 or something like this. So that even if people apply too much, and we all know that it happens a lot, they don't get a very bad reaction of the skin to the product. Sorry, I live in the center and all the parties are starting because it's Friday. Very interesting news. BBIA has launched an exclusive for Europe collection, which is a collaboration between BBIA and Moomin. I'm not sure again about the pronunciation because I have no idea who this character is. I was beyond surprised when I got to know that this exclusively for Europe. So let's just appreciate that there's a Korean brand that has launched an exclusive collection, not for Korea, but for Europe. Not even for US, which is a very big market, but for Europe. I'm extremely grateful for that. Even though I'm not going to buy the collection because I don't know who this character is, but I just want to appreciate that. I will leave in the description the shop where I found this collection. It's already available. It's not affiliated or anything like that. I just wanted to share if maybe you're a fan of the character. We have a palette in the shade 04, your Moomin, which is a glitter palette. We have 4 shades of lip oil, and the purple one looks amazing. So beautiful, like a sheer berry color. And we have a mascara. Next up, we have About Tone launching Blur Base, coming soon. No information on that yet, but apparently there's a primer coming soon. Glow is launching a new product, which is a cocktail oil blush. Sounds terrible. For my oily skin, it's already available in Korea, but it's going to be launched globally in September. Honestly, you guys, if I just apply my base, my BB cream or foundation without powdering, and then I apply a cream blush, this is how my skin is going to look like. My skin is very oily, and this is how it's going to look like without powder on top. So definitely I'm not the targeted customer of this. It looks very interesting because it has like 3 different colors in the bottle, and we have 2 shades, warm and cool. Because it's an oil blush, of course, I really wanted to know if it's going to clog my pores. And on the official Instagram account, the brand has stated that it's probably not going to clog your pores, and they're also going to have a non-comedogenic certification. I checked the ingredients, and why are they so bad? I think that maybe it will not clog pores, but fragrance, very high up in the list. Myristil alcohol, very irritating ingredient. I'm just not sure if this is going to be safe for people with rosacea. This product is specifically formulated for people with a very dry skin, but because I have so many perfuming ingredients, fragrance, myristil alcohol, which known to be quite irritating, I don't know, it doesn't look like a product for people with sensitive skin. A small Korean brand, Black Rouge, but this one is available on YesStyle, has launched their Icy Fog Velvet Tint. It says that it improves the texture of your lips, but the colors are so uninspiring to me. They're so warm and kind of dull looking. Definitely not a product for me. Today, Heart% has launched One-Way Glowy Tint. These days I really like, as I said before, carrying very moisturizing lip product with a color to it, of course. And I really like those colors actually. Pale mauve looks like something for me. Pink Babe looks like something for me. Even faded mauve looks like something I can buy. There's also one very interesting color, earthy brown. Look how interesting it is. It's so brown and muted. And this tint has some kind of rings on it. And I was wondering what's the purpose of them. And I was watching the videos, trying to understand what you are using them for. And then I realized that it's just to show the color. It's just to show the color of the tint. I mean, you could just make a sticker on the bottom, what color it is. They decided to make it bulkier, but you can remove the rings if you want. We have so many releases from HOLIKA. First, there's a Super Shine collection, which is essentially 4 single shimmers. Looking super boring, I have all of these in my palettes. Another thing they launched is Devil's Plumper. And if you are a true OG, you remember that HOLIKA was one of the first, if not the first Korean brand to launch kind of hot, stinky lip plumper. Around 6 years ago. It was so long ago. And it was Devil's Plumper. So I don't know if they reformulated it or just put the same one in another packaging. One is matte, which is unusual, in black and brown packaging. One is glossy, with a sheer neutral pink color. This one is black and red. And another one is glossy again with cold pink color. That one is black and blue. It's the first time in my life I see a matte lip plumper. I was using only lip plumpers in the past because I was very insecure about how small my lips are. And then I got fillers. And then they dissolved partially. And now I just accept my lips the way they are. Or I apply makeup on them to make them look more symmetrical. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you tried the first Devil's Lip Plumper, if you're that old. The last release we have from HOLIKA is a palette, which is Fallen Oat palette. Looks like a very milky, warm-toned palette. Looking really nice, but this is just not my style. WAKEMAKE have launched a new Soft Sheer Multi palette, and they have created a separated Instagram account for that palette. I will link it down below because on that account they are showing up close all the textures in the palette and it looks amazing. It's up close, you see the textures, you see how you can play with them. Just amazing, check it out. Basically the concept of the palette is all textures in one. There's a jelly matte texture, there's a matte balm texture, and there's a glow balm. This is probably the only release in this video that I'm truly interested in. I really want to try one of the palettes. I have never had anything from WAKEMAKE. I feel like it's a good way to get to know the brand. I mean, to try 3 different textures at once. These are monochrome palettes, and there's a very warm palette, there's lazy rose, which is a neutral pink palette, and there's lavender pleasure, which is more of a lilac palette. Another thing, while I was away, they have released 2 new palettes to their normal collection, which are soft blurring power palettes. One in the shade Fallen Fig Blurring, another one is Mellow Autumn Blurring. Both I can see are not for me. Actually, one is colder than another, but it has many greenish shades and I really don't like green. So yeah, not inspiring for me. You probably have seen it already. Let's move on. The last thing from WAKEMAKE that I'm going to share with you is Water Glow Coating Balm, which is essentially something between a cushion and a foundation. They have a foundation already, but they say that this balm has like a thicker application, which typically means that it's higher coverage. I love this concept much more than like cushion with its absolutely disgusting sponge inside. I feel like if you dip in this brush only once and you apply everything on your face and then you wash the brush immediately and you don't store it in this compact, I feel like you can avoid all the unnecessary bacteria spreading in this balm, which is great, but it's just not my form of product. I really prefer to have something with a pump or a squeezy tube. tooq, which is I really like the name of this brand. So they launched a new color to their base mixer, which is Pale Lemon Milk. The shade name speaks for itself. Additionally, there are new colors to their Without Mirror Lip Tint, which are 11 to 15. None of the colors are appealing to me. Guys, we have so many lip tints that all of them with all of their rosy, pink, reddish colors have just combined and mixed in one single color in my head. I really can't think about any single lip tint color that I would remember. One day we'll be overwhelmed with tints and we'll go to blushes. And I believe there's another new product which are blushes in strawberry and peach, and the strawberry looks very red. Not very usual for a Korean brand to launch just a red blush. I have a whole story with this brand, but it's not for this video because it's going to be very long. Laka have finally broken their silence. They haven't posted anything almost for the whole summer, and all of a sudden they are launching a new bulky matte lipstick. It was released on 27th of August, which is 3 days ago. Can I just say, and it's only my opinion, I really don't like their recent compacts. The Bonding Glow lipstick, this bulky matte lipstick, the Fruity Glam tint, and the brand has just launched. They had such a clean concept, and it was new to Korean market back then. They had white packaging with bright color accents, whether it's the product inside or the packaging like what they did with their lip balms. But now they have this orange yellowish compact. It looks kind of cheap. What do you think? 10 new colors. All of them are warm and 3 of them are muted. Amazing. Not all the products are for me. This is completely fine. Dear Dahlia has launched a cleansing balm in this viral spinning package, and this one is surprisingly inexpensive considering that Dear Dahlia is a luxury Korean brand. This one is around 20 euro. When I saw the price, I started to investigate where is the catch. When I was comparing it to other cleansing balms, I realized that cleansing balms with this kind of spinning package generally contain 50 milliliters of product, while cleansing balms in more traditional, like what we know for years, packaging typically contain 100 milliliters, and the price is more or less the same for both. So we have 2 times less product for the same price. Why is no one speaking about it? Can you imagine to pay half of the price for this plastic packaging? Almost all the cleansing balms are coming with a spatula, so scoop it out from there. What is happening? This is another product I will not try and purchase. Why do I need to pay 50% of the price for the packaging? We need to speak about it. Write a comment about it right now. What do you think about it? Is it a scam? Naming has launched a fluffy volume and shading duo. So it's basically a contour shade and highlighter, and it looks exactly like any other Korean contouring product. lilybyred launched Sweet Liar Milky Tint and Mooded Palette today. 2 new colors to the tint and 2 new colors to the Mooded Palette, which are considerably deeper than the previous colors of the same palette. For the tint, we have fig toast and fig yogurt. We have so many fig themed colors and names, which I don't mind because fig is one of my absolutely favorite fruits. So yeah, the palettes look very muted. Typically these kind of colors are not for me. I look kind of lifeless in these kind of colors. 4 days ago, on the 26th of August, Alternative Stereo have launched a new Soap the Skin collection, which includes Soap Nude Cushion. It has only 3 colors, by the way. All are very light. I have to mention that Alternative Stereo is a small brand, so they probably don't have enough resources to launch more colors to complexion products. If I would be a smaller brand, I would never launch a foundation or a concealer because it's so expensive. The shade range would be shitty. You're able to afford 3-4 shades. It's horrible. The fact that Alternative Stereo is known for their lip product and they have launched the cushion is so confusing to me. They have also released Soap Nude Milky Tone Up base in 2 shades. One is X Soap, another one is Blue Soap. Yeah, very confusing release, and the concept is very confusing. So the concept is soap the skin. So the concept is related with soap, which I never thought of soap and facial skin together, probably because I associate soap with something that you should not put on your face. It's something that strips your face, something that leaves your skin dry. So I'm really not sure about the concept and the direction they chose, but okay, maybe they have a plan. My Instagram is filled with new Dinto blushes. It's Be My Wendy blusher, Marshmallow and Melting. I'm not sure if the name is really that long or is it just Marshmallow and Melting. There are 6 colors. 4 have soft and silky texture and 2 have moist and glowy texture. What is weird to me is that the brand has published only 1 post about these blushes. It says that it's new, but I literally saw only 1 post on their official Instagram about them. I definitely see Chanel blushes in this. And before you ask, yes, it's Dinto. They do have a purple blush. Espoir launched a Big Glow Volume Cushion. The shade range looks much better. But again, Espoir is a much bigger brand. The exciting thing is that 4 days ago, they have launched a new Eyecore palette in 2 new colors, which are Savage Mauve and Geek Grey. They are muted, dark colors. Geek Grey is deeper, and in Savage Mauve half of the shades are brighter and half of the shades are muted. I know that the last time I tried mauve and kind of faded colors, I looked lifeless, but this palette is kind of a safe option for me. Even if I try again and I realize that muted colors are not for me, at least I can still use half of the palette because it's on the brighter side. Today, Peripera launched a new TTEOK Recipe collection. All the items in the collection are already existing products in new shades. It includes 2 palettes, which are All Take Mood palette, the one that we all know Peripera for. This time I will not translate the names of the palettes because the retailers will translate it in a different way anyway. Basically, it's 05 in warm brown colors and 06 in rosy colors. It's very similar to Too Cool for School, I feel like. These 2 palettes remind me of Ink Pocket Shadow Palette Soda Cafe collection, but if those would have an extended version with more shades. Also 3 new single eyeshadows that I want just for the packaging. We have this cute little rabbit and a puppy. By the way, everything has a rabbit and a puppy on it, maybe except for the palettes. It doesn't look very logical not to include this on the palettes. Maybe it's somewhere on the back. There are 3 new colors to the Ink Mood Glowy tint. Very milky and neutral looking colors. Pure Blushed Sunshine Chic in 2 new colors. Again, very muted. This is a brown blush right here. It looks like a bronzer. It's definitely not going to be very pigmented, but it's a unique shade, I would say. In the same collection, we also have Overblurred Tint in 3 new colors. Nothing surprising or original here. We have V shading contouring in special packaging with a running rabbit and a puppy on the compact. So cute. Also 2 mascaras, which are Ink All Black Mascara. One is lengthening, another one is volumizing. And this is the collection, CLIO, and this is the last brand we're going to discuss. They have launched so many things that I feel overwhelmed already. First, they updated their Kill Cover Foundwear Foundation. It's now called the Original. I don't know if something has changed in the formula, but they have extended the shade range. The first foundation was okay for my oily, acne-prone skin. I really hope that the new version is still okay. They also launched a Butter Balm Crayon in 10 shades, which I'm surprised about because I associate these crayons with Too Cool for School, but these ones are lip and cheek product. They have a collaboration with some kind of manhwa, I guess. It's called Unplugged Boy, and they have launched 3 palettes. The palettes are Pro Eye Palette Air, 3 different types. So one is a warm brown, like always. One is more neutral, cold leaning, and the last one is something like cold neutrals. I'm not a part of the fandom. I have no idea what this manhwa is, if it's a manhwa. So you can clearly see the trends. Deep muted colors for eyes, muted neutral, warm and mauve colors for the lips. I'm really glad to see Korean makeup change. I'm really interested to see it going in these kind of deep muted shades. When I first got into Korean cosmetics, I remember that everything was super bright, super pink, super orange, red. I still remember how I was wearing super pink tints. I hope the editing me is going to manage to edit the video in a way that is concise and to the point. If you are still watching this video, first of all, thank you so much. Second, let me know in the comments what is your most favorite release and what is your least favorite release. See you next week.